Look. Let me get a one if you can hear me. I'm happy to be back around this motherfucker. Let's look at this chat. All right, divested dreamer. She said, okay, lovely Lunarian. Everybody said you can hear me. Happy Friday, everybody. I hope Tuesday was wonderful for y'all. Y'all had tacos and a little bit of vanilla cigar. You feel what I'm saying to you? I know I had a goddamn blast, but it's back to be back on schedule. What is going on? KLSB is here. Black Elf is here. Divested Nora is here. Blackistani refugee in here. V in training, religion free. Y'all are off in here. Hey, Egypt, how you doing? Let's go. There's going to be just a little bit of smoke tonight. How in the fuck can you celebrate Friday without a little bit of smoke? But these people, you really don't know them. They're over on other areas, being pick-mes, right? And sitting up celebrating your death. They think the shit is like funny. I'm just going to keep it real with you. I saw a little bit of chuckling, a little bit of laughing at you being deleted. All because they don't like what we have to say. These motherfuckers are making fun of your death. I think the shit is crass, right? I think it's, I'll say treasonous, you know, but what is being a pick-me? You being treasonous to everybody around you. A pick-me is very, very desperate. We know what a mammy is, and they have a whole bunch of similarities, right? Their characteristics, they cross over a lot. Well, the pick-mes that I saw this past couple days, they're getting a little, I don't know how to put it. It's disastrous how much they're willing to go through to be able to show black men that they love them. But before I get to that, let me share my screen so I can keep someone busy real quick because I don't have time for folk in the community wall bullshit. Okay. Ma'am, I'm going to need you to stay a little bit more busy than that. Give your subscribers their content. They've been waiting for you to talk about some more colorism stuff. From what I understand, they're tired of you talking about divestors, so you need to go back. So let me go ahead and give you a little bit of tea so it could keep you busy for a little while. This is Butchie. His post, he's a ugly ass nigga. But if you say nigga, you pretty much talking about somebody ugly. It is what it is. Butchie says, I'm officially a landlord. If you're thick and light skinned, your rent is free. Okay. If you're regular and light skinned, your rent is $750. Thick and dark skin, you're paying $1,300. Regular and dark skin, you paying $5,500, and you getting a background check. Spanish of any shape, just call my phone. Now, since you give a fuck about what niggas think and still trying to be their preference, I figured I'd share Butchie's post with you, so that should keep you busy for a couple of hours so you can get the fuck off my bra strap for a little while. I'm hoping that it can keep you busy for a little while because I'm going to tell you something. There it is. Folks that he colorist. I just started you off with it, baby. People are sharing his posts all over the fucking place. And I figure you could be busy doing that shit instead of tugging at my bra. You're starting to give me a chafe around my bra line on my left titty. Huh? Get the fuck up off me and give them women a colorism content that they want. Period. Now let's get to the pick-mes. Okay. I want y'all to take a look at this video real quick. I want you to tell me what you think. Give me a second, y'all. I just had to give out an assignment real quick.
Just because you love black men,
Right.
just because you respect black men, you're a mammy and
Right.
you're a pick-me. Like that part is so not only do they want to hate men, but they want all of us to hate men. And if you don't
Exactly.
hate men, they're gonna shame you. Yeah, that's the part that's sad.
I don't understand that. That's what I'm trying to see. Because if we get an answer to that, we can turn this thing around. Because I do definitely think it's programming. I do think it's total over and over and over the same talking point of something, but it's reaching something within them that is making them think this, and they really have no argument outside of pick me, mammy. Women, of the 5 women are being deleted every 5 hours. It's about 5 talking points that they have, and outside of that, they have
Notice the chuckle after she said black women are being deleted, having the stats wrong, and they're 5 women every 5 hours. Notice the chuckle. I want to fair use by the goddamn way. How about that part? I love the clap back. Let's watch the chuckle again, shall we?
Just because you love black men,
right,
just because you respect black men, you're a mammy and
right,
you're a pick-me. Like that part is so not only do they want to hate men, but they want all of us to hate men. And if you don't
exactly.
hate men, they're gonna shame you. Yeah, that's the part that's sad.
I don't understand that. That's what I'm trying to see. Because if we get an answer to that, we can turn this thing around. Because I do definitely think it's programming. I do think it's total over and over and over the same talking point of something, but it's reaching something within them that is making them think this, and they really have no argument outside of pick me, mammy. Women, of the 5 women are being deleted every 5 hours. It's about 5 talking points that they have, and outside of that, they have nothing.
Ladies, listen to me very carefully. I don't know why that's making them chuckle. They didn't even care enough to get the stats right. They were not laughing in the beginning, but when it came to you being deleted, that kind of tickled them a little bit. Bitches, those women that you're talking about, they look like you, ma'am. They look like you. And it's always the ones who are picked the least that are the biggest pick-mes I ever seen in my goddamn life. What the fuck do you mean turn it around? Girl, what needs to be turned around is that fucking murder rate that's happening with you and the rest of these women out here that's still dealing with black males. You getting shot 15 times in the back. You getting set on fire. You getting babies cut out your goddamn body. You getting your babies punched out your fucking hand. You getting touched on inappropriately, I might add, by your brothers. Your daddies don't give a fuck. You going to hotels with your daddies and they doing the craziest shit to you too. All of this shit is not made up. How dare you? What are you trying to turn around? You're not going to be able to love them into a situation in which they're going to give you the respect that you deserve. Let me ask you this though. Do you deserve respect? Because you don't respect your goddamn self. If you had any respect for your fucking self, you would leave and don't turn back. Other part I want to get to. What you mean we want y'all to hate black men? What are you talking about? What the fuck are you talking about? Nobody wants you to hate black men trying to get your stupid ass to safety. What it is you want this to be a recruiting service. Nobody's recruiting you, bitch. Stay right where you at. Huh? Be the example so that I can tell other women, look at her. Don't be her. Aaliyah, what's happening?
Oh, you know I'm about to go in, so I'm gonna let the other ladies go first, because when I get to going,
Snapper, let's do this, boo.
Okay, well, welcome back. We missed you Tuesday, and I hope all the ladies had a wonderful Valentine's Day. Honestly, I think I would be more off-put and surprised had I not seen the BWE screeds recently, lately. I'm not surprised. We've seen mammies, BWE mammies, make light of femicide and literally make fun of us and mock us and gaslight us on the panel for the way we express ourselves and how outraged we become when we're discussing these Black women being unalived and terrorized. So I'm not surprised that I see this old ass fucking mammy bitch on the screen saying that and laughing. Like I said it before, it really appears to me that divested Black women are the only group of Black women that really do actually care about the femicide and about the harm that Tyrone is doing to Black women and his communities. Because, and your platform highlights any story you don't even have time to cover all the stories. You try. And if that was all you did, which we all know that's not all you do so much behind the scenes, but whatever. But even if that was all you did was cover their story, that's something. That's advocacy. That's getting the message out. That's shedding some light on this poor woman that has been taken out. So I'm not surprised, unfortunately. I would have been surprised if everything hadn't been going down on the BWE streets. But we have
laughter. It was the laughter for me. Bitch, what the fuck is funny? Why do you think that's funny? I'll tell you why. Because those type of Black women can't stand other Black women. Make no mistake about it. They hate you just as much as these niggas do. Okay? They're trying to be the lone survivor of the last nigga standing. It means the world to them when somebody say, preach, queen. Tell them, queen. What? Bitch, are you out of your goddamn mind? Listen, I'm going to be watching, okay, from the clouds, okay, for that one episode that you do after you get your ass handed to you by a nigga coming on your platform talking shit to you. You are old enough to already have had your ass handed to you by a nigga. You're not going to tell me that you haven't had a horrible experience with at least one nigga in your life. I'm just going to keep it real with you. You're too old for that. All right. She looked to be around my age. It is what it is. Ebony, how are you?
Hello. You know what, DZ, when she's deleted, cover her story. Cover her story.
I hope she's never deleted, but god damn, she got me boiling with that laugh. Ain't shit funny.
But nothing is funny about this. Nothing is funny about anybody's death. And my problem is it's okay to make light of the death of Black women and girls. Okay. Some of them don't even make it to womanhood yet. And then they're deleted by their own fathers sometimes. So I don't see anything funny. There was never anything funny about this.
Both of them was laughing. Make no mistake about it. Don't make me play that shit again. Both of them bitches they got a kick out of that shit.
Yeah. And the funny thing is the manosphere, I can see them laughing. This is what they do. So you pretty much identify with them so much that you're going to chuckle at the deaths of Black women and girls. Shame on you, lady. Shame on you.
Child, please. Oh, well, you want us to hate Black men. Girl, if what they've done already hasn't made you hate them, then hey, more power to you. Keep on struggling with that rent. Keep on struggling with those food deserts. Keep on struggling with that DV and that femicide. Keep struggling with that single motherhood and all the shit that comes along with loving on a nigga. Keep it up. It is what it is. Let me scroll down a little bit.
DZ, how do you love that which kills you the most though? Hey guys, it's Neff.
Hey
Like
now.
for real. Like how do you love that which kills you the most?
They
I
do.
don't I'm like, damn,
There's no
man.
saving grace either. I don't give a fuck how many programs. I don't give a fuck how young they are. They just don't like you. I don't know how or why that pill is so tough to swallow because all the receipts are out there. Okay. And it starts at a very, very young age. Some of us believe it starts in the womb, to be honest with you. They are fucked up over these hundreds of years of y'all shitting out these goddamn bastards, right? They are completely fucked up and there is no fixing them. I don't care to fix them. You should want to put yourself first and get rid of the bullshit out of your life. They're bullshit. It is what it is. Kyra, you got something before I go to my next slide?
Well, my counter question would be, what is there to respect about Black males, or what is there to love about them? There's absolutely nothing. And, they're just an example of what you've been warning us about, and that mammies are just as dangerous as these grapes. Look at them. They're laughing. They'd rather throw their lot in with violent Black males than they laugh at when a Black woman gets her issue or a Black girl gets her issue. But we're the crazy ones over here.
Y'all look. Okay, let me scroll down a bit. Yeah, go get busy, bitch. There is no fixing them. I want y'all to take a look at that for a second. Okay. Let me move the comments because I need y'all to see something. Okay. The ones that get mad at us because we don't coddle the kids. All of those niggas that's beating you the fuck down, all of those niggas that's femiciding your ass, leaving you struggling, sometimes fucking up your kids, they used to look like this person here. They used to be that cute little second grader. And I'm going to leave cute and I'm going to use that loosely. Okay. I don't deal with any of them, no matter what age they are, because I know what they're going to be. I don't deal with baby snakes because I know what they going to be too. Ma'am, it's not hard to see that what you're dealing with is something that cannot be undone. Okay. How much more attention did this little fucker need to not turn into a goddamn felon? There's nothing else that could have been done for this little boy. He's on national TV with a nationally recognized journalist, getting all the attention, getting all the accolades, getting everything he needs. Look at what happened anyway. They're fucked up. And you saying, let's do more of the same? Pick me, you got me all the way fucked up. Aaliyah, you ready yet, ma'am?
Oh yeah, I stay ready. See, somebody always wants to smoke, and they end up with the whole fucking inferno. And I said I was gonna try to turn over a new leaf this year by being much nicer. So I think I'll work on that starting next week. Let me tell you, mammy bitches, something. Listen up. I really need you all to invest in some hearing aids or some earwax removal kits because clearly your auditory senses are failing you. Let's stop with the blatant deception when you keep saying that we only call you mammies and pick-mes for liking and supporting Black men. Like that's the only thing that makes you a mammy or a pick-me. That's where you have it wrong, lady. We call you a mammy or a pick-me based on your behavior. So caping for Black men is only part of it, but that's not the only thing that makes you a mammy or a pick-me. In fact, I like to refer to a lot of you mammies as dick worshiping treasonous tramps. And don't misquote me on that, Lipstick Alley. Please quote me correctly. A lot of you are still under the impression that we care about Black love, or that we seek to separate you from the Blackidius malice, which could not be further from the truth. Listen to me. We don't give a fuck about you, the Black man, or what you decide to do with the Black man. That is of no concern to us. Hell, we're not trying to change your minds, but you're constantly trying to change ours, which is never going to happen, by the way. We're not here for you. We're here for those who understand that their happiness is not limited to the Black man, when in fact there are way better men in the world with way more to offer than bastard babies, poverty, and mediocrity. And that's just a fact. That's not my opinion. The things these other men have built for their communities, provided for their women and children, as well as their positions in society, proves what I'm saying. So, what makes you a mammy or a pick-me? I'm glad you asked. For starters, the fact that y'all can continue to lie and blow wind up the Black woman's asses about the real state of the Black community while refusing to admit that the Black community is financially and morally corrupt. The Black male and his co-conspirator, which are you mammies, are both abusive and toxic to the average Black woman who seeks to escape these war zones that you call fucking communities in Blackistan. But unfortunately, since the majority of Black women are mammies and pick-mes, and you have also raised your girls to be also, and you have done so for generations, you refuse to admit that you are also why this community is in shambles. And let me tell you why you represent the most dangerous of species on this planet. You use words like honor, code, and loyalty when you don't know anything about either. Not only have you prioritized the Black man and boy's plight over the Black women and girls for generations, you have made it clear to the world that no one else's pain matters one iota to you. You made Black femicide an afterthought while you crusade for Black men constantly. You mammies don't support Black women blindly, and you damn sure don't support Black women unconditionally. That's only reserved for the naker that you love so much, and it has always been this way. We just have the platforms to speak on it publicly now. And yes, we will air out our dirty laundry, because trying to hide this shit has been literally destroying the Black woman physically, mentally, spiritually, emotionally, financially, and sexually. We don't have to tell you how true it is when the Black men have been online bragging about how we're nothing but welfare queens with a net worth of $5. We're all angry and aggressive all the time. We're filling masculine roles constantly. We're the most undesirable and unmarried. We're constantly reminded that we're the most physically out of shape and obese, high blood pressure, and have the highest HIV, STD, and maternal mortality rates. These are just a few of the facts that they spew constantly, and you help them spread it. In fact, the only thing we have clearly been successful at is twerking and fucking and sucking, which y'all are all too happy to jump your asses online and confirm as well. And that's why your men have been telling everybody around the globe that you're easy and that you don't deserve anything besides being pumped and dumped. And that's what's been going on for years. That's what they was put out by the men that you love so much. And see, they refuse to let Black women have even one accolade, because when the article came out that Black women were the biggest and fastest rising small business owners, they couldn't let you have that. They said that your businesses were nothing but hair, lashes, and nails. When Goldman Sachs wanted to give the Black women money, they couldn't let you have that either. When that article came out that Black women are the most educated in this country, they had to snatch that away from us too. And you dirty bitches helped them strip us of that too. Now, does any of that sound healthy to you? But when divestors tell Black women that we need to get the fuck out because collectively we're hurting, our children are hurting, and this shit is literally manifesting itself physically and emotionally, and is literally killing us at this point. All of a sudden, we need black men to heal, and we, the divestors, are all just telling lies, and the black man is the best man in the whole fucking world. See, it's the lies for me. You've never been able to pick a story and stick to it. And then all of you have the unmitigated gall to complain about the inhumane treatment, unfair representation, and the further perpetuation of historical controlling images that you get from other groups of men like they owe you something, when you have given the motherfuckers you call men unlimited passes to ruin your lives and reputations worldwide. And see, this is only part of what makes you bitches treasonous mammies. And since you wanted to know why we call you mammies and pick-mes, which are actually friendly monikers compared to what you actually deserve to be called, I'm just getting started in this motherfucker tonight. And just what talking points do you have? The only talking points you have is it's not all of them. Every man I know is a unicorn, and the white man used to R us, beat us, lynch us, and killed us during slavery. The only thing you have is to keep drawing from a historical era that none of you were even part of. You're just regurgitating erroneous rhetoric passed down by the mammies who came before you and the mammies who came before them. The black man is doing the exact fucking thing to us this present day while you're going off on these diatribes, yet that doesn't mean anything to you, which is why you always end up looking like clowns every time the next black man shows up with tweets and posts talking about how they despise you and want nothing to do with you. And baby, please trust and believe that nobody over here is trying to force you to get a white man. We want you to stay right where you are, because no white man should have to put up with the likes of any of you. And I wouldn't advise him to, quite frankly. So you definitely don't have to worry about that. You and Tyrone deserve each other because you are truly one and the same.
How about that part? Bitches, let me tell you something. Right. Let me tell you something. Nobody's recruiting you. All you're going to do is come ruin the other dating pool. All you're going to do is come ruin the other community because you bring in that toxic ass bullshit over there, ride or die bullshit, giving up something for nothing bullshit, polygamy bullshit, all that toxic bullshit that you bring from those communities. You're going to bring them right over here. Let me tell you something. Get your ass to safety or not. It's your own ass that you're saving. Whether you leave the black community or not, it's not going to be any consequence for me personally. It's not going to be a consequence for Aaliyah, Snapple, Kyra, anybody up here or in this chat room. When you get your ass handed to you, you're going to have to deal with it. Solo dolo, baby. That's going to be on you.
I'm sorry. Okay. And one more thing before you move on. Let me tell y'all, because see, we got some explaining to do. So finally, this will be our last time explaining this shit to these dumb bitches. Because they try to pretend like they don't know why they're being called mammies and pick-mes. Let me tell y'all the difference between a mammy and a pick-me, since clearly if something is not registering upstairs. What makes a pick-me is the fact that you get off on throwing other black women under the bus all the time just to be the chosen one is what makes you a fucking pick-me. And I'm sure several of you self-proclaimed reformed YouTube mammies who have turned pick-me recently can relate to that. That's why the pick-me gets off on constantly dog whistling to these men, especially black men, how you're so different from the rest of us. You have to repeatedly announce that you know how to be feminine and submissive, or that you don't mind letting the man lead, which is a damn lie, because if you actually believed in letting the men lead, you wouldn't constantly be their mouthpieces 24/7 and not allowing them to speak up for themselves like men are supposed to do. You won't let these males wash their own nuts without your interference, let alone hold their own nuts on social issues. Yet you want to tell us about how you're so feminine and you don't mind letting men take the lead when you can't even shut the fuck up and sit down and cross your legs if somebody paid you to. But you're not gonna do, but you're not gonna do that at the end of the day. You understand that the only way a black man sees any value in you is when you're marching and protesting on their behalf, because the only thing that matters matters to a pick-me is how the black man sees you or what the black man thinks. And the best way to influence his opinion of you is by telling him why you're the best woman for the job. Oh, please choose me, king. I wear my natural hair. I don't wear wigs and weaves. So I'm going to lecture the black women who do. I don't wear any makeup. I make the perfect housewife. I cook like Martha Stewart and I fuck like a champ. I'll even agree to share the other bitches with you. I'm nothing like the other black women that you've been with. See, we're not all the same. Let me tell you why I'm so much better than her. In fact, let me tell you why she's not even a woman at all. Just like you're interviewing for a fucking job position. So the next thing y'all do is start listing off all the unladylike and fucked up things about other black women as if that somehow a flex for you, when most real men respect authenticity above all else. And this is what makes you fucking pick-mes. And there's no need to lie about it when your pick-me bullshit is on constant full display. And you were lied to by the kitten who told y'all that pick-mes actually get picked, when usually they only get picked for the jobs that no one else wanted, because real men can smell that you reek of desperation a mile away. And see, here's a tip for you. Real submission and femininity is not forced. It doesn't have to try that hard to get and keep a man's attention. It just is what it is. And pretending to be something that you're not always catches up with you eventually. So you can pretend to be a completely different person until you land the man. And I can assure you that once he sees the real you, he will not stay Miss Pick-me. And see, that's what makes you a pick-me, not your love and support for the black man. So please stop the cap. You know exactly what you're doing, just like the fucking mammy. Stop the cap.
Listen, y'all, I'm going to tell you something. Like I just said a couple minutes ago, it's always the same ones. And make no mistake about it. You got pick-mes that look, different ways. They come in a myriad of ways. Hell, you even got white pick-mes and white mammies. It is what it is, okay? Because that's what they think or know that will get the attention of a black male. Sorry, not the fuck sorry. I want y'all to take a look at this real quick. And y'all gonna wonder, why is she caping? Why?
What you out here, you not forgiving, you ain't forgiving your black man. You not trying to work with your black man. You trying to go to a whole nother race. You trying to forgive these white people for the shit that they have done to you, but you feel like you can't go forgive your black man and work with your own community and build your own community up. That shit does not make sense. But then you want to talk.
What? I'm sorry. What? Forgive for what? I was never a slave. Neither were you, bitch. It's so funny to me that you standing there setting up that camera, setting it up so you can go ahead and check everybody. And unfortunately, your comment section, it was dry. The kings didn't come. They took one look at your ass. We already know what we talking about because goddamn it, they don't make me say it. They not checking for you. And here you go trying to fight other black women talking about what white people did to you. Well, what are black men doing to you? Huh? Let's see. Let's see what black men are doing. See, this side bitch shit. You're so willing to be side bitches to these men. It's crazy. I told you a billion times. These niggas have a 2 pussy minimum. Let me repeat. There's a 2 pussy minimum. Okay? This is the pregnant girlfriend. But he already has a fiance. You fucked around here. Let him get you pregnant because you're trying to compete with that other woman. This is that Blackistan bullshit I'm talking about. I'm going to one-up her. Let me go ahead and give him a baby. Well, he wasn't with that shit because, first of all, black men don't like children, and they especially hate their own children. And this is who you on the side. Y'all, if y'all don't take a look at this zebra face ass nigga, I know something. I know something.
He looks like a collie dog.
Yo, he look like an Afghan dog to me.
Yeah, one of them ugly.
Yes, the Afghan dog. Yes, he does.
Well, I was about to say, Ebony, you know I want to get a Shetland sheepdog that looks just like a collie. Don't you dare insult the collies by comparing them.
I'm sorry. Lord, I'm sorry, Tyra. So sorry.
This is y'all story out here and you recruiting? Go ahead, Ebony. I'm sorry. I can't. He get
Okay.
two mammies at least.
Well, this just tells you how far the black woman, not the black man in a way, the black woman has fallen to scoop up the least desirable on earth. This is how far. This is how far you're falling. You're sharing it. You want it in the first place. That's bad. It has no money. It has no clout. It has no integrity. It has no morals. And it's got nasty, weepy dick. Why do you want it? I don't get it.
This is
I
nuts.
just don't get it.
Someone like this has his pick of you and your friend girls. Where is the bottom? Where is the bottom? How was he in real life? He wasn't supposed to be able to get one of you. Honestly, he wasn't supposed to get one of you. Why? Because number one, he belongs to the group of men that are conquered as fuck. That's number one. You're signing up for a lifetime of excuses. Anything that goes wrong is going to be somebody else's fault, up to and including you. Okay? These motherfuckers, I don't understand why you let them. Don't talk to them. Ladies, those of you that have divested, I got so much respect for you. Apparently, it was very tough to get the fuck on from that goddamn community. It's ridiculous. Why the fuck didn't you turn on your microphone, and talk about this shit right here? Two women catching L's, okay, for a nigga like this. Raw.
These women are signing up. They're signing up for their own death warrant. You know, we get that black women get the hell beat out of them with the best domestic violence 3 times the rate of other women.
Absolutely.
And this is what they go for. This is what I mean. I'm sorry. I'm beginning to think some people are just slow.
They're
slow.
still
They're
trying
just
to
slow.
figure out whether they're gonna charge him with Femicide, ladies.
I was gonna say.
They're look, it's still up under investigation. They haven't charged him with it yet. He's only been charged with assault of the woman he got pregnant. Okay, the baby died. He literally saw you getting ready to give birth because she was 9 months pregnant, ladies. Saw you getting ready to give him legacy. Make no mistake about it. That baby that's coming out was going to be part of his legacy, and he hated you for it. Right? He beat the shit out of you so bad that the baby couldn't take it no more and died. And y'all talking about, you're at us with a love for the black man. You want us to hate the black man. Baby, if you don't hate this, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what's going through your head, your mind, or whatever. Shane, I see you up here and your mic is off. How are you?
I am okay, actually. This dude, he looks like a salamander to me. But anyway, it's just extremely disappointing to hear this over and over again. I mean, I really don't have a whole lot more to add than what you've already said. He shouldn't have had access to anybody, and he definitely shouldn't have been able to be given any type of legacy. I was going to say something about the I'm sorry, I forgot. I apologize. I was going to say something about the clip you had before of the ladies. I can't remember. But I'm sorry.
That stupid ass bitch standing there with a whole lecture pad trying to tell you why you shouldn't forgive white people, while she's sitting up here on white people's internet trying to talk to you about a nigga. You're talking to us about niggas on white folks' internet. I'll guarantee.
Oh, that's what I wanted to. That's what I wanted to say. She's talking about, we don't, you don't want to work with your black man and all of this stuff. Well, bitch, when is he working with you? I mean, this can't be a one-sided deal. In order to work with somebody, they need to want to work with you. So who are you talking to?
They don't require that. They just require the black man to be there every now and then. He doesn't have to be present for everything. Just if she texts him, if she get a text back, do you know how much that makes a mammy's day? Let a nigga text her back inside of the first 30 seconds that she send the text. The bitch start melting on the goddamn ground. It's like, bitch, when did you turn into an ice cream? The bitch is elated. Eyes just light up. Snatching that phone, about to crack the fucking face of it, trying to figure out what the fuck he done said because he got back to her. That's how desperate they are. Welcome to the panel, Mistress Robe. How are you, ma'am?
I am so much better now that I'm here with you. How y'all doing?
Amazing.
Okay, first thing first, Aaliyah, I'm not gonna be able to drag as hard as you do, but I'm gonna give it my best shot here and now. Here's my
Go ahead.
first and foremost. It is Black femicide has already been made a joke of, but then you got these bitches up here laughing about the fact that you are dying at a rate of every 4.6 hours, and that's in America alone. If you look at the statistic in South Africa, it is now 2.9 hours in which you are fucking dying, but you bitches are laughing. If you guys have the time, go check out HR Bill 6268. It's the Protect Black Women and Girls Act that was recently signed into law. The language is far too broad. All they're doing is studying the effects of communal trauma on Black women. That is not nearly enough. And because of bitches like them, we will never get the proper protections that we will need in a court of law in order to keep us a fucking life to see another day. I literally can't stand bitches like you all. You stupid confetti brain frog face cunt muffin motherfucking bitches. Got your goddamn ass up on there. They're only killing us every 5 hours. When the fuck was that funny? Number one. Number two, they not my men. I'll be so glad when you all stop trying to associate them with the likes of me and every other Black woman. They don't even belong to God because he threw them niggas out long ago. The problem is you won't throw them niggas out. They have proven you want everybody to run around here and hate white folks, but white folks are the only reason that you are able to even function in this fucking society. What did your men build? What did they do for you? What have they done for you fucking lately? Other than make whole goddamn paintings about them lusting after white skin. They have not done a motherfucking thing for you, but you bitches is out there beating the drum and stumping the yard like motherfucking aimless ass monkeys just flinging shit and see what sticks. I am sick of you whores. I will be so glad when Al Gore or Beyonce or whoever the fuck in charge of the internet stop giving you confetti-minded motherfuckers a microphone because you have nothing to say that is of intellectual interest to anybody except for these niggas you love so much. Last thing, I can't take a bitch seriously that's over here telling me to forgive a motherfucker that sold me into bondage. They always leave out that pesky little fact about how you ended up in bondage as a fucking sex slave. It's because motherfuckers in Nigeria, motherfuckers on the Ivory Coast were selling you to these white settlers. That's how you ended up here. You don't get to get your ass up here and give me half a history lesson. Bitch, I'm too educated and far too degreed for that remedial shit you trying to push. They are not my men. They are the greatest mishap that nature has ever allowed to emerge, and you bitches keep giving them run-of-the-mill access to your wounds. I want you all to sign up and be forcibly sterilized so I don't have you dumb bitches won't breed and these little motherfucking demons can't keep emerging. Thank you, ladies.
Yes, excellent, excellent, excellent.
Child.
I can't. Y'all.
See, this is where the mammy and the pick-me intersect. And the reason that the mammy and the pick-me are often used interchangeably is because pick-mes are usually mammies and mammies are usually pick-mes. And see, hopefully we don't have to go through this again for the hearing impaired, because in the grand scheme of things, you both have the same agenda, which is that you want to dismiss other Black women's experiences and deny anything that makes the Black man look bad. And it's usually at the expense of other Black women, which is not only dangerous, but it is disgusting. And a lot of you are the gatekeepers of this bullshit. We've said it a million times. Hell, they wouldn't have gotten away with half of the shit that they have if it were not for you. And this shit has been allowed to go on for generations. And the sad thing is, you're still trying to silence Black women. You bitches have let these men beat, berate, and all work your daughters right under your roof. A lot of you knew the nigga was climbing out of bed, wandering into your daughter's room at night, yet you played sleep and did absolutely nothing. The same way you have allowed a whole manosphere of abusive creeps, deadbeats, weirdos, and pedos to verbally attack Black women for years while you said absolutely nothing. In fact, a lot of you treasonous ass bitches have been just as treacherous to your gender by being Black first and woman second. Hell, many of you actually joined them, and a lot of this rhetoric spewed against Black women. A lot of you have birthed fucked and fed a lot of these monsters. So I think it's more than fair that you be left to your own devices with these monsters that you created and leave the rest of us the fuck alone, because the average Black woman is tired of being abused by all of you. Hence the reason we even exist. There wouldn't even be a such thing as a divestment movement if the Black women weren't sick and damn tired of all of you. So fuck you and all the Black males in connection with you too. How about that?
Listen, y'all. This particular story right here, one of our Discord members know these people personally, okay? And she sent me the story. Here's your unicorn bullshit, okay? This woman was with this man for 19 years. This is a Black couple. There are no fucking unicorns. None. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? When somebody's doing some shit that's fake or something they really don't like to do, eventually their mask is going to slip. It never fails. It could take 80 years, but the mask is going to slip. There's always red flags, though. Okay, so that being duped into shit, I kind of ain't going, because you ignore a lot of the so-called petty shit. It's funny because you don't ignore petty shit other Black women do, but when it comes to this nigga, you constantly ignoring blaring red flags. Okay, let me scroll down just a little bit. There's a sentence where, oh, there he is. There he is. Isn't he handsome? He's just gorgeous. I don't know how you wake up next to that for 19 years, but go off, sis. There's a sentence right there that I want y'all to take a look at. His wife of 19 years was the sole breadwinner. Isn't that your story all the time, Miss Breathe Life into these niggas? There's nothing to be had. I'm sure. I'd bet my life on it that she touted this relationship of 19 years in front of people, made community posts, made Facebook posts, or wherever her platform was, because she's no longer with us. He shot her in the head, okay? When y'all see these Black love relationships, you're not behind that closed door in the back. You don't see posts unless they're getting ready to break up or something catastrophic is getting ready to happen, where what's actually going on back there. Black men are not built for relationships, especially not monogamous ones. Hell, even in the polygamous ones, they fucking them up. I got sent a story where a Jamaican dude killed 2 of his 4 wives. Pull up. You're not going to be enough for them. Not that you're not pretty, not that you're not woman enough, not that you aren't worth anything. You're not worth anything to them. That's the part you don't get. Your self-esteem is so low that you can't understand when somebody's dissing you and they go to bed with you every night. They're supposed to be, we got a lot of Black women on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, all over the place that claim that they got the spirit of discernment. Oh, I can tell a fake person when I see one. Just let me be around them for a couple of minutes. I could tell you whether they own some bullshit. But you sat around this man for 19 years and didn't know nothing. Is it the desperation? It can't be the dick, because from the studies show that you ain't coming at all. You're not experiencing orgasms when you're having sex with them. What is it? What is it? I don't know. But all I know is this. It's time to go. When you see these Black women, like the 2 clips I just showed you, you don't have to sell anything that's worth a damn. Okay? Nobody has to sell you the fact that ice cream is good. You look at other people's faces when they eat it and you're like, God damn, that must be amazing. They're pushing that Black love narrative because it's a trap. It's a dangerous, sometimes homicidal trap. Okay? You're sharing these motherfuckers on top of that. And on top of that, y'all are experiencing more evictions than pre-pandemonium levels. Look it up. You and your kids are the new people that are in these tent cities that are popping up. But you still want to do everything you can for a nigga. I don't get it. Snapple, what you got on this, sis?
Well, first I want to grab the raid for him and the last one, because that motherfucker looked like a roach too.
Ugh.
Just for the mammies, there's so many of them. It's an epidemic. The ones who are the providers, like this young lady was, RIP to her. That is super common. I've said it before up here. And, you're in danger. If you're a mammy and you're the breadwinner, these cicadas, they're very demented. It's not gonna go how you think it's gonna go. They're not gonna appreciate you and feel like you held them down. They're going to resent you and they're going to want to hurt you. And it's only a matter of time. The more you do for them, the more ride or die you are for them, the more resentment is going to build because they feel emasculated as they are because they ain't shit. So, it's unfortunate, but it's another cautionary tale. It's Blackistan, it's Black love, and I'm not surprised. And this motherfucker is ugly, by the way. I'm sorry. I know that's kind of petty on the grand
But
scheme of
they,
things,
to
but get this
me, they
motherfucker off.
all are. They all are to me, to be honest with you. Girl, black
Girl,
men
I'm
are
gonna have
in a fucking
nightmares.
mess. Yo, let's have a
Look,
comic relief real quick.
Boy, we had a time last night. Boy, we had a time last night. I'm just
Listen, y'all men are done. They're done. You understand me? I, on the low, kind of think that part of the resentment is it's everything that Snapple said, but in addition to it, they don't like coochie. A lot of them don't like it. They just don't like it. They like other motherfuckers that kind of, you know, look like them. I'll just put it like that. Okay, because you have to be very, very careful with the multi-letter mafia around this motherfucker. You really, really do. Y'all, ain't no way in the world a group of men have the women that are most loyal, that are most down, that are always breadwinning and caping and marching and all that shit for them, and they hate them. Sometimes they're just not interested because you don't have the equipment that he actually likes. Okay? You wouldn't believe the TikToks I get sent with these what do you call them? I'll just stick with multi-letter mafia boys bragging about spending your tax return money at the mall. Is this thing on? They're bragging about spending your tax return money. You know, that money that you got because you got 5 children, so you got a couple thousand back. The dude that homeboy sleeping with is bragging on TikTok about spending your tax return at the mall. Sometimes you just don't have the equipment. I think given any situation that these men are in, if they have the proper drink or they know somebody won't find out what the fuck they're doing, I think a lot of them will suck the dick down to the base. I'm just gonna keep it real. I'm gonna keep it real because the math ain't mathing. It's
DZ,
not.
you actually covered a story about that a while back. There was a young woman who walked in and saw 2 men doing what they do, and she went live and said, "Oh my God, I just walked in on such and such," and then 2 days later they found her shot dead in the car. Like,
Mhm.
that's not a surprise to me. I'm not at all shocked that they like to do what they do behind closed doors. And
Mhm.
Snapple, I know you said you was gonna get the raid, but sis, we gonna have to call the Orkin man. I'm gonna need something a little bit more powerful. This motherfucker looked like one of them cockroaches that if you cut his head off, he gonna still live for 2 weeks after it. And I can't risk that. I simply
Ain't
can't.
it scary looking,
It
child?
looks terrible. Y'all, this is another reason why I can't stand that colorism bullshit. Ugly comes in all shades. How about that part?
No, he
Ugly.
looks like that dude from Men in Black. The guy who came down and he took that guy's skin.
Mm,
Like
I
that's what
can't. I can't.
DC, now you know you wrong for putting the person up here in this prosthetic. We see this man is he is up here trying to audition for Cornelius from the Planet of the Apes. Why are you doing him
Oh
like this?
my
Why
God,
don't he
y'all.
watch the movie and tell me he don't look like Cornelius? Anybody?
I can't. Y'all, I don't know why niggas so ugly, but they ugly as fuck. This one right here. You have to have a certain amount of rage and hatred for somebody to just we all knock stuff down. And we've spilled water. We've, knocked shit down on mistake, bump into stuff. All the little girl did was walk past a table and some of the weed got on the floor. That was a death sentence for her. Let me tell you why. They hate you. Something as simple as just picking it up and moving on because mistakes happen. They don't grow up, y'all. They don't live in the real world with us. It's just a delusion. Something as simple as knocking a little bit of that illegal pot off the table got this little girl killed. Okay? They have to hate you. Mimi, welcome to the panel, ma'am.
Hey DZ, hey ladies of the panel. Um,
Hello.
I've been in the clouds, just cloud watching others content creators or whatever, but they got this misconception as far as divestors. They making it seem like we're pandering to white men. No, the fuck we're not. We're getting the fuck away from these motherfuckers. That's our main core. That's the concept. We're trying to be safe. We're just trying to get the fuck away and
Let me
leave
ask you this though.
their
No,
own asses to
let
their
me ask
own
you this,
devices.
Mimi. Let me ask you this. Say, for instance, we was pandering to white men. They still don't have a leg to stand on because all they do is pander to black men. So who's wrong here? Okay, the ones that's pandering to somebody that's making sure the electricity is on, the water is clean, the country's protected, right? Things are in order for the most part. Or the motherfuckers that's causing all the havoc, all the crime in your communities, leaving bastard babies all over the place. Who you gonna pander to? So telling us that we pander to white men is ridiculous. I mean, if you a male panderer, you done picked the wrong one, bitch.
Right,
Go ahead.
right,
I didn't
and
mean to cut
it's
you off.
it. Oh no, it's fine. It's just all about safety at the end of the fucking day. And this, for the ladies that was talking about 5 women every 5 hours and they chuckling and shit, like, bitch, at some point you're gonna be one of them.
Mm.
Just prepare. Don't act like you're exempt, because they're all alike. They put it in your fucking face. They broadcast this shit, and they got their little fucking minions antagonize you at the same fucking time. Like, it. Come on now, like, get the fuck on.
And
Just
Mm.
get the fuck on.
they're being intellectually dishonest when they accuse us of pandering to white men. That's why I say they can't quite get these lies that they want to tell on us together. One minute it's all we do is worship white men, then the next minute it's all we do is talk about black men and black women. So I'm trying to figure out which one is it, bitch. Are you saying that we worshiping white men or that we secretly want black men? I mean, I'm trying to see how they think that all this shit is true at the same goddamn time. Oh, they hate black men, so they want us to hate black men too. But I thought you said we worship white men. Which one is it? I mean, my thing
Yeah.
is they just don't like the fact. Mhm.
No, it doesn't have to make sense. It absolutely doesn't have to make sense. As long as they can talk shit about divestors and DZ in particular, then it doesn't have to make any sense. There doesn't have to be any consistency. It's just they can just say a whole bunch of mammy babble and everybody goes along with it. So don't even worry
No,
yourself.
see, I'm trying to see who would have known that one three-letter word would have everybody's panties stuck in their
Right.
asses. And that word is all. That word all literally has y'all stuck in your feelings. And it's okay because it's still gonna be hashtag all for 2023 and beyond. So say the what we not gonna do is say all black men bullshit. See, that's where you have it twisted. We say all. You can say whatever the fuck you like. And not only that, we don't give a fuck. What you're not going to do is try to shame, convince, or persuade us into seeing things your way. And if we're such a small and insignificant minority, like a lot of you like to reiterate, why does our stance on this particular subject bother you all so much? Could it be because more black women are now seeing what the fuck we're talking about and getting equally as sick of you and your daddy's brothers and sons as we are? See, you're afraid that way too many women have actually started listening to us and adopting our motto. But I hate to break it to y'all, this train left the station 2 years ago. You can't stop it. You can't slow it down. And I know it's very difficult for you to accept that there is a group of women who don't want what came from your womb, but we do exist whether you like it or not. So my suggestion would be for you to focus on the others. And I suggest you get out of the way and stop trying to hold on to women who want nothing to do with you or your sons, especially since you have the majority who still do. And why aren't you more focused on them?
May,
And
are you
Aaliyah,
dusty?
to add on to what you're saying.
Hold on one second, Mimi.
Oh,
May,
sorry.
are you dusty?
No, ma'am.
Okay, what you got on the topic?
No, I just wanted to say, good evening. How is everyone doing? And Aaliyah, you have like really been preaching tonight. It is all. What started my divestment journey was the dustiness from my family. And I just wanted to say, DZ, I really appreciate what you're doing. Please keep it up. And I'm just gonna go right backstage and keep listening to y'all.
Well, thank you, May, for coming up and sharing. Appreciate that, girl.
Um, can I
I'm sorry.
chime?
Before you go,
Oh, sorry.
go ahead.
Please go ahead, please.
No, I just want to say, like, it's been going on for centuries. Same fucking story, same concept. Nothing has fucking changed. Women has been going through the same shit over and over and over and over.
Well, these
And for
bitches, these
us,
pick-mes want you to keep doing it. I guess they good with the status quo, but bitch, I'm not going. You got me fucked up.
right,
You have others like me fucked up. Make no mistake about it, y'all. They know good and goddamn well these niggas ain't worth a fuck. They know that shit. So they talk about talking points and the way you say and why you not feminine and why you cussing and why. No, let's get back to the topic. Why are these niggas taking you off this goddamn planet as quickly as they can? They doing it as fast as they can, faster than any other man on the planet. You are getting out of here. You getting your ass whooped quicker. You in poverty more. All of that shit. So miss me with delivery, okay? They know that these niggas ain't worth the fuck. They just want you to stay and try to just stay and see if it gets better. It'll get better if we do this, if we do that. No, programs don't work. No, saying that you're gonna leave and not leaving doesn't work. Breathing life into him, it doesn't work. Getting him through school, it doesn't work. Sucking his dick down to the base, it doesn't work. Bitch, it's done. It's done. I don't give a fuck what you think about it. The receipts are there.
DZ, they know it's not going to get better. It's not about them wanting you to be there so that hopefully it gets better. It's they don't want to have to suffer alone. It's that whole misery loves company. But
It's
at
a
the
little
same
bit of
time,
both. I'm gonna keep it real with you. It's a little bit of both.
Now, there's also the two other factors that, you're right. It is craps in the barrel, and there is the whole, if more Black women divest, she's not going to be able to offload these sons and brothers. And there's also a third reasoning behind why mammies don't want us to divest. These mammies are used to making reckless, foolish decisions over and over again over these grapes. And when they get their issue, who do they run to bail them out and to help them out? Always another Black woman. So if more Black women divest and say, hey, don't come to me about your food stamps being short. You need to turn to that grape in your house eating up the stuff and ask him for the money. Like, if more of us divest from that bullshit, that's why they don't want us to go. They're used to being able to turn and pimp other Black women to finance or lessen the recklessness of their bad decisions.
But Kyra, it's not even just other Black women. It's the Black women that have the potential for divestment. And let's be elitist for a minute here, right? Like the women who have their shit together, have their degrees, or have their certificates, they usually have a decent bank account, they're doing all right with life, and they're the one the family loves to go to because, somebody's locked up, or someone needs help, or somebody this, somebody that. You always bankroll and you can do everything. So they need you there, or they, emotionally sap you. You're the one they want to tell all the family drama and issues to, and just basically take. If you go away, they don't have that life support anymore. That's what that is too.
And let's not forget,
mammies, check it out. You're trying to get yourself in shape for niggas because they called you a fat, funky bitch, right? Well, usually that entails going to the gym. One of our members up here had a story about some shit that she corrected because, the gym can be a scary place if you're there by yourself at a wrong hour. Okay? So since you're getting your fat, funky ass together for these niggas, you might want to be careful out here because these sons that you have, they not playing. I told you it was going to get worse as time goes on. You made sure that they didn't have to pay any bail. You made sure that they're not suffering any consequences for their fucked up behavior. So here we go. Let's take a look real quick.
Surveillance video shows a 24-year-old woman fighting off her attacker inside a gym at a Tampa apartment complex. She is thrown to the ground, but does not give up.
The moment I would try to call 911, he would try to grab my arm or he was grabbing me. And I was like, okay, at this moment, I can't call 911. So I got to fight this out for the moment.
Nashali Alma says she was exercising alone last month around 9:30 at night inside the gym at the Oaks of Woodland Park Apartments when she let the suspect in the gym. She says sometimes people forget their key fobs, so she didn't think twice. Alma is a bodybuilder and figured if she kept fighting, her attacker would get tired and give up.
That was my, thought the entire time, because the more fight you put in, I do believe they would get more tired because they see that, dang, this girl is fighting, and you can see at the end of the video, he was tired.
After struggling with him for more than a minute, she is able to break free.
I was overwhelmed with emotion, how proud I was that this victim wasn't going to allow herself to be raped, and how hard she fought and the strength she had.
According to a criminal report affidavit, the next day, the suspect, Xavier Thomas Jones, knocked on another woman's apartment door, asking if she wanted to hang out because he thought she was pretty. Deputies say he entered her apartment, but the victim's fiance chased him away. After that encounter, deputies located and arrested Thomas Jones.
So what I'm trying to figure out something. Was she dressed incorrectly, mammies? What did she do? Did she lead him on? Oh, I get it. She was being racist, right? Oh, and you colorism bitches. Oh, well, maybe he should have tried to get a dark-skinned girl instead. He only went at the head because y'all are sick in the head. And if you don't knock it the fuck off, you're gonna get your issue. Ladies, she wasn't fucking with anybody. Whatever your feelings are on so-called non-black women or whatever, let's talk about that son in there. Had it been anyone that he was sexually attracted to, and you already know their sexual attraction goes a myriad of ways. Sometimes the motherfucker don't even have to be human for a nigga to be sexually attracted to it, but that's neither here nor there. That could have been anybody. Do y'all know how many times these stories turn into one of our murderous stories simply from somebody just minding their business? Aaliyah, I know you got something to say on this shit here.
Well, yes and no, because I went through something like this recently, personally myself, and I kind of disagree with some of the things that she was suggesting that people do. Because see, I'm not finna wrestle or tussle with somebody else's grown ass son. I'm just not gonna do it. I'm not trying to fight you. I'm not trying to engage in hand-to-hand combat. I got the fuck out of Dodge is what the fuck I did. In a situation like that, you're either gonna fight or flight. And I chose flight. And unfortunately, I was just a little bit faster than he was. So I've actually dealt with this. And I know they trying to make it seem like that's some heroic shit, but this could have gone so wrong on so many levels. Do not let them get this close to you, ladies, where they can reach out and grab you or put their hands on you and attack you. You just don't know. Had he not been just a little bit stronger than she underestimated or estimated that he was, that whole thing could have went completely left.
Check it out now. And if she saw him, right, if she was in that gym and she saw him come in and just simply so-called judged him by the way he was looking, do you know these mammies, if she would have left, these mammies would have called her racist. Now tell me I'm fucking lying. Had she been on the treadmill, turned her head and saw him open that fucking door and then got off the treadmill and got the fuck on as soon as she saw him, that would have been deemed racism.
Yeah, but she actually opened the door for him.
Exactly. She let him in. That's the thing. She let him in, and that, at 10 o'clock at night, no, ain't no way in hell. I don't care. Especially ain't no way. I'm not saying that's her fault, because basically this is a free country. This is America. You should be able to work out whenever you feel like it. Like I said, it just so happened my incident, it was way, way early in the morning, like 4:15 a.m. in the morning, because I'm usually up. I usually do more before most people get out of bed than some people do all day. That's just what it is. I don't have time to just lay around and do absolutely nothing. But it's like, I just think that I'm glad she got away. It's good that she, wanted to fight or whatever. But Black women, a lot of y'all got to know that this is not typical. The outcome is not typical. Do not let these men get this close to you. Do not let them potentially reach out and grab you.
They don't want to judge the brothers. That's what they are. Okay. They don't want to judge the brothers.
May I say
treat
something
it like
real
your
quick?
job. Just treat it like your job. You can't buzz the next person in. They have to buzz yourself in. if you're trying to get to your job location.
Yeah, but here's my thing. See, I happen to shadow watch bitches from various sectors, being LSA, and they have a problem when I get up here, especially you mammy and pick me bitches, and say load your gun and make that motherfucker's brain matter splatter. Okay? And I'm gonna keep saying it, and this is motherfucking why. She should have been safe in there, number one. Number two, I don't give a fuck if Jesus outside with you, motherfucker. If you ain't got no key fob, you're not coming in. Somehow we are violent and dangerous and terroristic because I'm telling women to get you some rest in peace bullets and lay that motherfucker to rest. I stand on that 10 toes down. Aaliyah, you're right. This could have gone totally left. This is why I don't mind carrying a gun. Look, y'all can scream about Black Lives Matter all you want. I don't give a fuck about your Black lives, because if you fucking with me, you forfeited your right to live, in my opinion.
Yeah,
What about
you
my
have
Black
the
lives?
right to defend yourself.
Yeah.
You know, it's not terroristic to defend yourself. I don't know what the fuck those whores are on, but if you defending yourself, look, get judged by 12 and not carried by 6. That's all we saying. Defend your damn self.
Because I mean, at the end of the day, he's still a man. If you let him get close enough, all he needs is one good hit, and your ass gonna be out of here. It's just that simple. So I don't even let them get close enough to me to even land their hands on me if I can avoid it. I'm gonna bob and weave, duck and dodge. You're gonna have to catch me, motherfucker. I'm not finna just make it. No, I'm not finna try to hit you. We not finna wrestle. I'm not finna do none of that shit. You gonna get the fuck away from me. And just imagine the man who walked in on me, I didn't even see him until I saw his shadow through the screen, the display of the machine I was on. I didn't even, because I'm in here with earbuds blasting in my goddamn ear. I didn't even know he was behind me. Actually, I don't even know how long he stood outside before he actually came in the door. Because see, I didn't let him in. He was able to come in on his own. So, and I'm thinking, okay, but you know, I went through that for a reason, because that was, I don't know who it was on the other side was letting me know, just because you are in a gated community behind a gate, do not ever think that you are safe. But
Y'all
you know
better
what?
get
It
your
is
shit
what it
together.
is.
You got to get your shit together. I'm telling you, when we talk about, you know, taking self-defense courses, knowing the laws in your state for what you can have in your purse, that's why I absolutely love the Peach State, because we strapped here. Okay,
Shout out to
we are
Aaliyah.
really strapped.
I'm sorry. Well, you know, like your story and this story we're seeing, that just ties into why DZ always warns us of how dangerous mammies are. You live in a very nice place, so you know that grape that tried to attack you at the gym, he didn't live there on his own. It was some mammy who brought him into your neighborhood.
Exactly. It's always them.
Exactly.
I've said it before and I will say it again. Anytime, since these bitches love these motherfuckers so much, anytime they get charged with a crime, they should throw you in jail too. Since y'all birds of a feather and you want to flock the motherfucking together. All that black love, let's see how well that serves you while he's sucking dick on cell block 6 and you eating pussy on cell block 7, whore.
And I just wanted to, you know, bring the attention back to the grape. The grape, he did that shit. He went in there and attacked that woman. This is what we're dealing with. This is the entitlement that they feel for any woman, especially Black women. But clearly, she's not a Black woman. But he felt like he had every right to go and assault her and attack her because he's the protected class. And y'all been stomping the yard since 2020, since Saint Fentanyl did what he did. And it's ridiculous. And this is why you mammies have to get the smoke too, because you are enabling these Tyrones to feel like they can roll up on us. Women should be able to go to the fucking gym. There is under no circumstance, I don't give a fuck what they're wearing or if she opened the motherfucking door. That cicada should have had no thought to touch her. He didn't have any fucking right to put his hands on her. But because y'all want to protect these kangs and y'all want to call everybody fucking racist that looks at them the wrong way and y'all want to stomp the yard, this is what we have to deal with. And this is why we're not going to shut the fuck up and we're going to keep talking about these kangs and the shit that they're doing because they're terrorizing the communities. And it's unacceptable. It's unacceptable what he did.
That's why
you are creating the point. The government, y'all, is getting to the point where the numbers look so bad that you got politicians suggesting that they do black men's numbers separate because black men are messing up what our country looks like when you put all the stats together every couple years that they put together. I swear to you, I'm getting ready. You know, I got the receipts. They're suggesting that when they calculate these murder numbers and all this shit, that they do black males separately. Let me show y'all real quick, and I want to get y'all thoughts on that shit.
Sure. May I, DZ? I have just one quick thing I wanted to say to these mammies. They talk about how you can't judge and stuff like that. And I'm like, well, they have to understand that they created them. You all created these monsters. So enjoy your pitchforks and fire, Frankenstein. Just like your monster's going to get it, you're going to get it too. You brought it here. So I don't really want to hear it.
Let's go, y'all.
Legislative Democrats supporting gun control noted at a hearing at the Capitol this week that the CDC now says that gun violence is the leading cause of death for American children. A lobbyist for Colorado's most prominent gun rights group told them that guns are the leading cause of death for American children only if you include the black children killed.
They see you, bitch. They see your fucking children. You fucking up everything. I've never in my whole 45 years on this planet heard anybody have the balls that was outside of Jim Crow to point directly at your fucking face saying you are the goddamn problem. Let's go back 5 seconds because I need to hear that shit one more time.
Are the leading cause of death for American children only if you include the black children killed. Listen for yourself.
If you remove black males in that age group from that, it is not true.
And he is not wrong. They kill each other at a rate of every 15 minutes now. They have the shortest life expectancy of any male demographic that walks the earth. They have cut their life expectancy by a quarter of a century. Now, I'm not too mad about that, but you can think whatever the fuck you want to think about this man. He may have his ingrained bias. He may be an all-out asshole racist, but the motherfucker ain't wrong.
Numbers don't lie.
So
Do
don't.
you understand? It says if you remove black males in that age group, it's not true. Let's keep going.
And that is a symptom of a different issue. The issue that is causing young black males to be killed in their homes, on their streets, is a very different issue.
Kevin LaRusso from Rocky Mountain Gun Owners stood by that statement when I talked to him on the phone today. He described black children being killed as quote unquote gangland violence and said that it is a separate issue from gun deaths among children of other races.
You're now being separated. You are sticking out like a sore thumb. Mammies, let me tell you something. You had better get your shit and get the fuck on. This is the beginning stages of you being ostracized. You and your sons are going to get ostracized from the rest of polite society. This is not a joke. It is what it is. Now they're calling you out, directly looking you eye to eye to your face and saying, your son is a problem. Our numbers would be better if you get rid of this bullshit that you got going on. You're done. The times where y'all are going to be able to call racism, that's coming to an end. The time that you're going to be calling discrimination, that's coming to an end. Oh, he just talking to my son like that because he's black, it's coming to an end. The numbers say that your sons are pulling out pistols, killing everybody in sight. And they tired of their numbers looking like this because they compete on a world stage. White males compete on a world stage. You are fucking up their numbers with those bastards that are coming out of your coochie, your star crunch, ma'am. And now they're calling you out on it. Anybody got anything on this shit?
Let me guess the numbers. Those numbers, even when they choose to separate them, that's racist. That's gonna be racist. They singling them out, and then they skewing the numbers to make it look a certain way. So, because that ain't really what they're doing. And it's like, no.
Nobody, and I mean nobody, has to skew those numbers. Like the shit that comes across, like most law enforcement is this. You think I'm inclined to believe a nigga who ain't done nothing, as opposed to the people who actually sit up, have actual degrees in gathering this data? I'm gonna believe the people with the degrees who are gathering the data. I'm gonna be the sociologists and the scientists. Why the fuck do I give a fuck what a mammy thing, girl? You have an ingrained bias because you birthed that little motherfucking terrorist. So of course you're always going to see him as an innocent party, even when he is directly guilty in that motherfucker. And you're right, Aaliyah, they're gonna do just that. But that's racist. Why they didn't put them with everybody else? Bitch, because they're not like everybody else. And I don't mean that in a positive way. They're the worst of anybody.
This
I
is nuts.
think they should separate it because these bitches are so quick to call us all types of liars and shit and try to pretend like we got to make up shit on the black male. Oh, and they running around trying to tell me they need to defend their image now and all this other bullshit. I tell you, Westons, everything we saying is complete horseshit and we just making up shit because we hate black men and none of it is true. Then fine, separate that shit and let's see what's what, and let's see if y'all gonna be able to handle it then when they're the only ones that are a part of the statistics. So you can't then turn around and blame, oh, white people do this or white people. No, we finna talk about what yours do and yours do alone. How about that? While you want to keep comparing yourself to people who make up the majority of the population, and yet you make up a minority, and this is what your numbers are. See, let's talk about it when you are the only ones on the variables on the table. Let's talk about that then.
Shit,
People are
DZ.
starting to look sideways when you pulling up with your son, and it doesn't matter that he's a minor, because here's the deal, okay? They know what your kid's gonna grow up and be. Do I need to go back to one of our slides from earlier, from the second grader to the 17-year-old? Do I? People know what it's going to be. When you plant a goddamn apple seed, you're gonna get an apple tree. It is what it is. People are getting tired of that shit. They're coming back to get their cities back. You fixing to be out in the burbs without any public transportation, no goddamn housing voucher, inflation eating your ass up. They have come to the conclusion that your sons are the problem. Meanwhile, you got two bitches over here laughing at the fact that black women are being taken out every 4.6 hours, literally laughing and saying, come on back. We can turn this thing around. You ain't gonna turn shit around. Everybody else is, though.
TZ, they had that MSU, Michigan State shooter, took out a couple people, one including a black woman who was the niece of that reality star Delicious. He took her out. That's a Kang. We had that little 6-year-old this week, another 6-year-old who showed up to school with a gun that he got from his mammy mama's drawer that wasn't secured. So it's like they can try all they want to distract and deflect, but it's I know they're the protected class and the news cycle wants to hurry up and get rid of these stories, but we saw it. We synced it. We saw
Why
the
ain't they talking about it?
The college.
That's my question, Snapple. Why aren't you talking about that? You got a microphone, an expensive microphone too, if I'm reading that correctly, but you don't talk about this.
Oh, they're not gonna talk about it. They too worried about what divestors are doing in the Discord. They're not gonna worry about what the Kangs are doing and unaliving actual people in real life, in real time. This is crazy.
CJ, are you dusty?
Not no more. How y'all doing?
Oh, we're doing good. How are you?
I'm good. So one of the things that I've noticed, I'm a newer viewer and I've been binge watching your content for maybe about a few weeks now. And so
thanks for your support.
Absolutely. Thanks for having these conversations. And one of the things I've noticed about the mammies, and I've had conversations similar to this with other people, is that the mammies in high positions are the ones that I think are the most problematic, like the professor mammy, the teacher mammy, the lawyer mammy,
the judge mammy.
Yes, the judge
they
mammy.
Are very problematic. Very.
And as an educator, what I've found is they have it's like a school to mammy pipeline. Okay, you got the mammy teacher, and then they have the female students. If it's a smart girl, and she's going places, she's bright, the mammy mill begins, and that's just like a problem for me to see that.
Isn't it funny how these mammies in these high positions, they're pro-black until you end up in front of their courtroom. You'll have a mammy judge that give niggas chances over and over. Well, all he needs is this, and he was raised this way, and his mother had him in foster care, and blah blah blah. A black woman could have that same story in front of her, and she throws the book at your motherfucking ass. Okay?
Absolutely.
Because you're supposed to be the backbone of the community. You don't get the grace that these niggas get. You're supposed to stand up tall and take care of these niggas. And these mammies that are in high places, they resent you for that shit. Be strong. Get out here and support these niggas. Do their resume for them. Let them sleep on your couch. All right?
Yep.
This is how they do.
I think, DZ, what happened to that young lady, the gem At the gym?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. One of the reasons I started building up gyms in my home, I don't care if it's even like a corner, is because I used to be an avid runner. And I actually was stalked by a dude who did not realize that I saw him out of my peripheral vision. He followed me a long, long time. I actually had to jog away a different way home. And I went home and I told my husband that day, I said, no more. Because I like outdoor running. But for the past, 15 years, I've had to do it at home. Because I've been stalked at gyms and I've been stalked outside. I can't even go outside and breathe the air because somebody, a Negro, is hiding behind a tree, or he thinks he is, or hiding behind a car.
Yeah, because that's why I came off the street after I heard about that jogger who got murdered doing that, and she was out at the same time that I exercised. What people got to understand is everybody's schedule is different. Everybody can't work out at the same times. That's why you should be able to do it when you want to. This is America. This is a free fucking country. No adult should have a curfew or when they need to be in the house. That shit is fucking ridiculous. I have to be out of the house literally on the road by 6:30 a.m. Everything I do that I need to get done needs to either happen prior to that or it won't happen until I get off. And then I'm tired. I don't have it in me. I go when when I have the most energy. When I first get up, I'm energized. I've had my sleep. I'm ready to go. So that's the reason why I get it done. I get it over with. I don't play with it. And I should be able to do that. That woman, she was working out at 10 o'clock at night. Maybe that's when she got off work and she got home and got everything done and had the time to actually go. Why do we have to explain this to because this is what normal people do, right?
Right. And I think she would have been called racist if she wouldn't have opened that door and that was on camera and that would have went viral. She would have gotten called racist, gotten dragged, gotten fired, gotten canceled. Like, it's like you can't win when you're going up against these motherfuckers. It's ridiculous.
Never, ever.
Everybody's getting desensitized to it as well. They're seeing it so much till some of these stories, it don't even bother people no more. It's part of the day-to-day goddamn system. It just is. Everybody knows that black males are very violent. They know that these niggas are entitled. And some people expect it. Some people change their way that they go home because of it. Everybody's having to correct their behavior, but nobody's correcting this nigga. Well, that time is coming to an end very shortly here, because when the government starts singling you out, some change about to come down the pike. So you bitches better get your boots ready, because you're going to be doing a lot of marching with a lot of this shit that's going to come down this pipe. Okay? You're going to be real mad at it. And ain't nobody going to hear your screams when you talk about ain't nobody treating black men good. You go treat them good. Everybody else is sick and tired of the shit. Everybody's tired of having to have a Ring doorbell camera on the front, back, side, on their purse, wear body cams, got a goddamn gun in their purse. They got all kind of shit, all because your sons don't know how to act right. It just is what it is. People are tired. Nobody can breathe a breath of fresh air. Nobody can just sit in their car on their break, read a book, answer their voicemails or whatever the fuck they doing on their break, because your sons, they can't be corrected. But you're gonna be upset. You fixing to have a lot of bunions coming up. Ladies, I wanted to show y'all something real quick. I was just saying that everybody's getting desensitized. I want y'all to take a look at this. I can't explain it. Let's go, y'all.
Now looking for whoever is responsible for shooting and killing a 16-year-old boy. Happened yesterday in Northeast Baltimore. WMAR2 News' Brittany Werner went back where it happened and spoke with a neighbor about the constant crime going on in the community.
Another teenager gunned down in Baltimore City this past weekend, and people on the block where it happened say, sadly, this feels like another normal day in their community.
I don't even watch the news anymore.
Listen, they're getting desensitized to it. Mammies, this is the utopia that you wanted. You wanted this. Everybody just get acclimated to how niggas are instead of tossing their ass in the goddamn clink. Everybody's supposed to just chill and let them express themselves. You got motherfuckers running around here doing shit in broad daylight. Criminals are not waiting until the night anymore. They're doing the shit on camera in the middle of the day with people around because you said, leave him alone. Don't talk to him like that. He's a man too. You racist. Blah, blah, fucking blah. Let's go.
And that's sad. It's passed often. It's every day.
Andrea Mason says near East 29th Street and Hillen Road in her neighborhood, violent incidents don't seem to be uncommon in the area.
I've been around here 25 years. This ain't new.
And this past Sunday, just after 6 in the evening, police say 16-year-old Andreas Moreno Jr. was shot and killed in that block.
Who's surprised about all these killings in Baltimore? That's what I want to know. Who's surprised? It happens every day. But it's to the point where you numb now. It's children every day. It's more children than old people. And that's sad. It's sad.
Mason says no matter where you turn in the city, it sometimes seems difficult to escape the violence.
It's very hurtful. My nephew just got shot. He had a home invasion at his house a week ago. Okay?
Y'all, this woman is hurt. And the thing is, I feel for her, but I don't feel for women like her. Okay? I'm sure, I can almost guarantee it. 25 years ago, she was talking that black shit. Okay? She got it all over her. You can feel it. Ladies, the chickens have come home to roost. Okay? This woman is hurt. She can't even control the tears coming down her face. They're coming down involuntarily. It's so goddamn often that I guarantee you that y'all in the chat and on the panel can't even remember what we talked about last Friday when it came to this crime. I bet you can't name the first and last name of any of the victims we talked about last time we were here. That's how often it happens. It's like a goddamn factory just coming down the pike over and over and over and over and over and over. We haven't repeat one goddamn story here unless we was going over some history shit. Okay? This is a hot ass mess. Let's finish up.
11 bullets. Yes, thank God he made it. But that was just last week.
Police say on Sunday they responded after hearing gunshots and being alerted by a shot spotter. When they got there, they tried to perform CPR on the teen, but when paramedics arrived, they pronounced him dead. And although the violence seems to be normal to some, neighbors like Mason continue to wonder if they will ever see a change.
We can't expect the politicians to do everything. It's
when you got a mammy saying that, you know shit is bad. Nope, the politicians can't do everything. What they can do is start rezoning, and that's what the fuck they gonna do. They gonna put all you motherfuckers in one area and let you eat each other alive. Everybody else is tired of being ate up in the crossfire. You're gonna have all the area you wanted. Go ahead and build your Black Wall Street or Wakanda or whatever the fuck you think fixing to happen with these niggas, but everybody's getting tired.
It starts at home. I'm ready to get out of Baltimore. I'm ready to move, and I've been here all my life, except for when I was in the military, and I'm ready to move. I'm sick of Baltimore. I'm sick of the killings. Every day. You to the point now, like I say, where you're numb. Nothing surprises you anymore. And nothing.
Police have not released any information concerning who the person is they are looking for, but if you have any information concerning...
So yeah, they're still out on the street. Y'all can't tell me in this chat that sometimes you see so much of this shit that it's almost like it doesn't even hit you the way it did when you first divested. When I first divested stories like this about Black women being killed, the neighborhoods being, it's like, damn, let me get out here and say something. Because I know good and well when you put it in their face, somebody's going to say, okay, we got to go. But instead, we got pick-mes making podcasts, talking about how amazing Black men are and how we want them to hate them. Darling, if you don't hate your goddamn attacker, I don't know what to tell you. I'm not trying to get you to hate anybody. But here's the deal. She says she ready to go. Sis, you was feeling a way about your nephew. You can't come where I am because your nephew gonna get the business too. Okay? You still got a soft spot for these niggas, and I can't go. I can't go. Self-preservation is the first law of humanity, period. I don't want to see you and your nephew. I don't want to see you and your son. I don't give a fuck how different you think he is. Stay your ass over there with the rest of the mammies and y'all finish raising your goddamn kid that you think is different. I don't have time for that shit. Shit is getting too real out here. Okay. And y'all, they getting hungrier and hungrier by the day. Have y'all seen what the joblessness rate? I don't know why they jobless, because there's plenty of jobs out there. Jobless, homelessness, and they dealing with inflation. Y'all, it's to the point where if a motherfucker make you an omelet, you're gonna have to ask him to marry you, because guess what? Eggs is expensive and chicken is expensive. That's how they out here living. I can't go. An omelet is a sign of luxury when you're dealing with a nigga, and you talking about you love black men. Go on, sis.
Listen, the comment on the screen here, girl, why do y'all say that like we give a fuck about wanting a black man? The only thing a black man can do for me is find the edge of the earth and fling his motherfucking self into the outer limits of the abysmal abysmal state of space. I just want him to go away. I don't know why y'all like, well, yeah, y'all can't get no black man. Thank motherfucking God, because look at what
Thank
happens when
you.
you do entertain them.
Thank
Honestly,
you.
if you can come up with something different, I don't know, good anything. I'm just tired of this argument that we just mad because we can't have them. We don't want them. The only thing they can do for me is die so they can cremate them, and I can put them in my goddamn potted plants so I can keep those fertilized, because sometimes I forget to water them. That's about the only existential uses those motherfuckers have for
Here's
me,
the
because they've
deal,
done
Mrs.
nothing
Rose.
else.
Shit was getting a little too real for Miss Smith. Okay. When people like Miss Smith show up, you know that you get into the meat and potatoes of the matter. Something hit home up here. Okay. So it's time to deflect onto what I'm doing. Baby, it's all good. I see you. I've seen plenty of bitches like you. Okay. It is what it is. Don't worry about me. What you need to worry about is making sure you don't catch a stray bullet trying to take your ass to go get you some of that. What do they call that shit? Mad Dog 2020. Make sure that when you going to get them long ass coffin nails and them long ass batshit eyelashes, that you don't get caught in somebody's goddamn argument trying to simply get back to your car, Miss Ma'am. That's
Daisy,
what
What
you
does
do.
somebody
Daisy,
career have to do with anything? I'm
That
sorry, go
part.
ahead.
yeah. Oh, I wanted to. Have any of you guys been through Baltimore?
Hell
No.
no.
Okay,
Mm-mm.
here's the thing. I drove through it once because I was lost. That is pure D, completely Negroville. Now, this woman is crying on the camera as if nothing can be done about this. Bullshit. Something could have been done about it 20 damn years ago. Okay? Now you're crying? Now you're crying? There's
They
an
can
easy way to stop this.
They
Okay?
can still do it. They
There's an
can
easy
introduce a
way.
crime bill.
Yeah.
Crime bill is not gonna. They love to harken back to that 1994, 1995 crime bill, but there was a significant dip in violent crime. And when they introduced the three strikes law, there was another significant dip. It actually aided the crime bill, and with that dip, I believe of 26.3%, if I'm not mistaken. You know the solution. You just don't want
Don't
the
want it.
solution.
They
You don't want
don't want the solution. They don't want to even think about the solution. If they did, they wouldn't be out there telling the cops where to go. And now you got people busting in on your family members getting shot 11 times, and you're about to cry? You act like you can't do anything about it when Black folks have always been able to do something about it. They just won't.
What they want is, y'all, let's just keep it real for a second. Black women love black men. That just is what it is. What they like to do is try to get white males to come up with some sort of way, some imaginary Disney fairy tale way to let them keep the black man in the black community, but somehow get him to act right. Ma'am, you asking for Jesus to turn water into wine. I don't know what the fuck you think, but that's not possible. It's impossible. If there's anything that they do, white men, that's going to fix your community, you are not going to like it, because your niggas gonna have to suffer, baby. And you not going. You'll never vote for it.
This is what I'm saying, though. You are right. They treat this like it's some sort of Disney goddamn movie. Never mind and negate and let them negate the fact that most of those Disney fairy tales are actually rooted in some pretty dark origin. So white
Yes.
people have already found the solution, honey. We know the solution. You know the solution. It's the crime bill that you all want to struck down. It's the stop and frisk that you thought was unjust and unconstitutional. It's the 3 strikes and you're motherfucking out and in jail that y'all thought was so inhumane. It's an alleged school to prison pipeline. They've offered you solution after solution after solution. And at some point, I'm just like them. I don't blame them for shutting the fuck up and just letting it be. Let sleeping dogs lie. If they want to die in their own, because of their own destruction, if you are willing to die because of your lust for a black man who ain't never done a goddamn thing for you, sis, you are beyond help. I'm not finna help you. Don't call me when shit burns down. Now the real estate agent can call me because I'm gonna be wanting some of that property for cheap so I can get some investments going. But other than that, you bitches can be quiet.
Oh well. You
I just
bitches
wanted
in
to
these
say, oh, sorry.
podcasts need to go ahead.
No, I just want to say, Marsha, click the link. It's smoke night. That's all.
Child, that link been sitting there. Marsha is a pussy. That's all it is. It was a little bit of attention. You know these motherfucking mammies be attention star. The niggas ain't paying no attention, so they come over here while all of that shit is going down, talking about some real shit because it's happening. All the receipts are there. You must be a CNA, DZ.
But
You
do you
must
see?
be a black man, DZ.
Do you see the constant deflection? They can never say, DZ, you're lying. This is not true. They have to start saying stupid ass shit, trying to make assumptions about your career. It's just so fun. That you mammy bitches need to get a new script. I'm getting bored.
They're not even original. They're not even fucking creative at this point. I'm just sick and tired of black women crying on camera. I don't care if it's the reporter. I don't care if it's the victim's family. I don't care. I am tired of black women crying on the camera. I'm sick and damn tired of that.
For niggas though. That's
the
all
niggas,
it is.
I get it.
Come fix this. We love the black man. Just don't hurt him now. I know he hurting us. Don't remind me of that, you CNA. Don't tell me that. But can you come fix him? I want him here, but I don't want him beating on me. And oh my God, keep his hands out my kid's pants. But don't you put them cuffs on too tight on him. That's police brutality. But come fix him and the kids.
Okay,
you know what?
Go ahead,
but
Kyra.
Are you light skin or dark skin?
Hold on, let me get my color chart. Hold on.
Stop it right now. But it ain't even about that when you think of it in the like.
Kyra, not tonight.
Yeah,
not tonight, Kyra. Don't make me come up on this live.
They already have a solution. It's just like Ebony says. You don't like the solution because you think you can repackage the same old bullshit. It is still bullshit. You can pour a pound of sugar on a pile of shit, but it does not make it fucking chocolate, and therefore it is not consumable. But you bitches keep dreaming. Y'all always out here wishing on rainbows and falling stars. Girl, the only thing you ought to be wishing for is a safe exit or flight from Blackistan. That place is imploding. Everybody thinks I'm joking. They all think this shit is a game. Charlie be giving those great presentations up in Discord because I've learned a thing or two from her, and I've also learned by watching these neighborhoods that are getting shot up like this one in Baltimore. I'm gonna take a bet up here. I'm willing to bet somebody $1,000 that in 3 years' time, those same multinational corporations are gonna go up there and they're gonna buy that land for cheap and throw all those folks out.
Yep, exactly. And a lot of you ladies, all you ladies on the panel and out there, get some, I don't know, invest in some copper, some bronze, because you know what? We're going to need a whole lot of bullets to deal with these people.
Right.
They ain't going to invest in shit, okay?
They're
The only thing they're going to invest in, them bundles and some Sharpies to make that sign, justice for Glocktavius. Trudell, are you dusty?
No, I am not dusty. I'm just laughing. Go ahead. Sorry.
No, what's up, girl?
Nothing much. How you doing? How's everybody on the panel? Y'all got me dying over here. It's hilarious. I just wanted to say, these mammies are a piece of work. I completely agree with what you have to say. There was something on TV today about this Black woman who was trying to find a job, and she was surprised because no one would hire her. She went to go interview with another group of people, and they were like, I can't get a job. I don't understand why I can't get a job as a minority.
You talking about the girl that was talking about the Hispanics?
Yes.
I'm glad you brought that up. Okay. What she was witnessing was people sticking together with their community.
Ding, ding.
Black women have never seen that. They've never been to a business and interviewed at a Black business where everybody that was there was Black, and she's interviewing with somebody that's Black and being chosen over an other that comes in. What she was witnessing is those people sticking together, and it confused the shit out of her. Let me tell y'all something. When you have that happen, what you're witnessing, what was supposed to happen in your community. In your community, those men, those nakers, were supposed to build something, right? You were supposed to be able to put in job applications with their companies, get to be a secretary or whatever the fuck you are certified in. But since they don't own anything, what you've done is gone over to other communities, and when they don't choose you and knock their women off the pedestal and put you up there like black men did over here, right? You get confused. It's like, well, why aren't you choosing me? You're not being fair. Ma'am, life is not fair. Other groups of people stick together. You just never seen that shit because it hasn't happened in the black community. You don't have a Fortune 500 company that's black that you can go ahead and apply to and be preferred. Other motherfuckers do, and they're not going to knock their women off the pedestal. When I tell you to divest, you're supposed to get your own little group that puts you first. Huh? My husband's group, but my husband hasn't knocked his group off no pedestal for me in his life personally, though. I come first. You better find a group that's going to put you first. They're not going to not choose generally you over their group. You've never witnessed it before. That's why you get confused and make TikTok videos complaining on TV. Oh, they're being racist. No, what they're doing is keeping their community together. You better get your own little group, ma'am.
DZ, you brought up a good point. Let's be real. When black males have been in position, what do? They hire anyone but you, especially as you go down the color scale, shall we say. And let's be honest, what do these mammies do? Y'all, we talked about this in Behind Closed Doors quite a bit. What do these mammies in HR do? They'll hire any grape off the street, no matter how unqualified, uncertified he is for a position, but they'll throw roadblock after roadblock against a black woman to get hired. So these mammies are no better. They try to keep you out too. You shit. Let me be honest. I'd much rather interview with a Brad for a new position than I ever would for a mammy.
That part.
And that's why mammies get this smoke. That's why mammies have to be addressed. It doesn't mean that we're like anti-black women. We're over here trying to spread the message to save black women, but these fucking mammies, they're gonna be addressed because they out here causing just as much havoc as Tyrone. They hiding the bodies for Tyrone.
Okay, DZ, the CNA
portal between their legs. That's the problem I'm having. That portal in which they can come into this realm of existence is sitting between their legs, and I am so tired of y'all importing these niggas into this realm. Please knock it off.
The CNA wants to say something. The CNA here, she wants to say something. Okay. You can't say that we're lying. Admit it to yourself. You can't say that we're lying, okay? You can say you don't like what we're saying because it makes you feel bad. Okay, I got that. But when it comes to life and death, and believe me, if you are still hanging on to the whole idea of black man anything, your life is in danger. You're not even going to save your own damn life. Then get out of the way and let us save other people's lives if they want to save their own lives. Because if you want to stay there, stay there and rot. Take a few bullets to the head. Take a few fists to the head. Okay? If you want to do that is up to you, sweetheart.
Here's the thing, though, and I said this on a live previously. Without black women, there is no motherfucking black community. It is just not there. You are the financial pillar. You are the educated one. You are the one they're most likely to give loans and grants to for businesses. You are the one that is the number one business starter. You are the one who has a historical and long and proven track record of making something out of nothing. Now, I don't know how some people feel about that whole former black girl magic thing, but I do believe to a certain extent that black women, there is something ethereal and spiritual and wonderful about you. But there is just one shortfall. Y'all are way too compassionate to motherfuckers you should not be rendering compassion to. If you're going to give them anything, as I've always said, you need to give them bullets, lead or hemp or something, any motherfucking thing that gets them off this existential plane so you can keep motherfucking living. But you won't do the hard shit. The hard shit means stop fucking them, feeding them, financing them, birthing them, give a fuck about it. If you see a nigga laying in the middle of the street, run him over with your car. Make him a useful member of the society by being a motherfucking speed bump. That's the best thing you can do for them.
I'm gonna swerve around his ass because I ain't doing no time for no nigga. Fuck all that. They are protected class at the end of the day. I'm gonna swerve around his monkey ass.
I'll just turn onto another street.
I'm not messing up my tires.
And see, before we get out of here, because I know DZ about to wrap it up in a little while.
You got another story to go to, girl.
Oh, my bad. My bad. I didn't. I thought we were coming to an end. Oh, you got more? Go ahead.
Look, I want y'all to see something real quick, because the sons is the real problem, and why they have a problem with you. They come for you all the time. Let me tell y'all something. I'm just gonna keep it real with you. When they come at me about talking about, the so-called kids, KEEYIDS, it's very confusing to me, because they act like their kids don't do anything. This is why they're failing in school. That's why they can't take correction or whatever. Mammies are catching hell. Do you understand me? You got these little boys out here taking their whole family out. Do y'all remember when y'all were growing up? They were telling y'all that was a white boy thing. Every time we come here, it's a new nigga that done took his mama up out of here. I need you, mammies, to talk about this on your podcast. I need you to talk about it, because you're not going to be able to ignore it for long, because it's happening way too much. Y'all take a look at this shit, please.
A 17-year-old Arkansas boy is now charged with killing his sister, his mother, and her boyfriend months after the three were found dead in their home in St. Francis County. News of the charges is offering some closure to friends and family.
As WREG's Mike Soriani reports, the crime left deep emotional scars that may take a lifetime to heal.
It was absolutely cold-blooded murder, and we have made an arrest.
St. Francis County Sheriff Bobby May announcing 17-year-old Jonathan Rolfe is charged with 3 counts of capital murder in the shooting deaths of his sister Kelsey Thompson, their mother Shalonda Barton, and her boyfriend Terrence Wright. Family says Kelsey Thompson was just 12 years old.
Our main concern, ladies and gentlemen, is to get a conviction. We have the shooter. No doubt in our mind, we have the shooter.
All 3 victims were found November 28th after deputies went to this home on Gore Street for a welfare check. Investigators reportedly recovered shell casings and forensic evidence linking Rolfe to the deaths. Rolfe is also charged with stealing his mother's Cadillac. A 4-year-old girl in the house at the time of the shootings was not injured.
Each of the 3 victims here are survived by many loved ones.
Thursday's press conference was an emotional one for family members.
I'm happy that this process for justice is beginning. I do understand it is an arduous process that will be quite lengthy.
Jackson saying her cousin and Shalonda Barton had been dating for about a year. No motive has been given, but Jackson says regardless, what Rolfe's accused of is nothing short of heartbreaking.
And I understand that Terrence was a stranger to him. However, to know that he could kill his mother and his sibling in cold blood in such a way is really hard to wrap my mind and understand that.
In Forest City, Mike Soriani, WREG News Channel 3.
Now let me put it back on his ugly mug, because I want to bring up something here. Ladies, I know that society is getting very progressive. I know that we're on this kick where certain things is deemed abusive and all this shit here. Back in the day, okay, make no mistake about it, niggas have always been violent. That hair that he got right there, you couldn't have walked through nobody's house with that shit sitting on top of your head like that. Not if they had a respectable family, you couldn't. What you mammies have started doing is just trying to do a free-range chicken raising, thinking that if they were allowed to express themselves, that they would get better. As a matter of fact, it's made it worse. You have no discipline whatsoever for these niggas. Anytime somebody tells you, hey, Trayvon, he did such and such and so, you come after the lady that's telling you that. You don't investigate to see what actually happens. Anybody that's trying to correct your son, here you go with the bullshit. Here you come wanting to call her a fat bitch and all this extra shit because you don't want nobody talking about your kid. You can just take a look at this boy and tell that he was spoiled. He got whatever the fuck he wanted. He can do whatever the fuck he want. walk through the house however he wanted to. His real father, I don't know where the fuck he is, but hey, it is what it is. And it did nothing but turn him into a murderous idiot. His mother is gone, and so is that 12-year-old baby girl. Because you wanted that nigga to be comfortable. I can't stand you bitches. I really can't. Okay? Fortunately, the shit stayed in-house. Because normally they come out the house and get everybody else. But I'm going to need y'all to stop with this that's a white boy thing. It ain't a white boy thing. Your sons are taking you the fuck up out of here quickly. It's because they hate your guts. Okay? There's a lot of rhetoric out here about you. 50-year-old men out here talking about what you is and what you ain't, how disgusting you are. Oh, you a single mother. You did your sons are starting to hate your guts. I've seen it to where they literally beheaded you before. Ladies, all you can do is get the fuck up out of Blackistan. Point blank, period. There is no saving them. There is no brighter tomorrow. There is no silver lining in that cloud. This is what they are, and this is what they always will be. Aaliyah, you said you had something to say, and anybody else that wanted to speak after her, go right ahead.
Oh, yeah. Before we get out of here, because I've been hearing a lot of bullshit, but just so we're clear, this is not a pro-Black channel, nor is this even the pro-Black sector. So our content is not for those who are. I don't understand why you're even coming over here when your opinions are not welcome or appreciated. Divested Black women, understand this. We divested for reasons that do not have to be explained to anyone else. Therefore, we are not obligated to give two shits about a mammy or a pick-me, Tyree Nichols, or any other of these hashtags. And if you don't like that, perhaps you took a detour and ended up in the wrong space. As Black women, we understand that the Black woman has no legal or moral obligation to support anyone in death who did not support us in life. This is called reciprocity. And you definitely have no obligation to show up, show out, or financially support anybody in death who trashed you in life. The same way they didn't want anything to do with my Black ass when they were alive and well, I'm gonna need them not to want my green money when they become hashtags. This is not your problem, Black women. You owe them the same thing they gave you, which is their asses to kiss. Let the pick-mes, mules, and mammies do what they do best. They have made this bullshit their life's work, but you don't have to make it yours. And I mean just that. The mere idea that these things they call men are not required to give you shit, not even basic human respect, but you are supposed to give them everything no matter how shitty they are to you, is fucking ridiculous. And any woman trying to get you to buy that bullshit is not someone you should want anything to do with, because no woman worth her ovaries will tell you that it doesn't matter about you being disrespected on a regular basis. I am nobody's doormat, nor will I ever co-sign being one to another Black woman just because a nigga caught his issue at the hands of other Black men, which happens frequently in this community. That's why they're fucking mammies to me, and they always will be. Being a Black man and catching a fade is not enough reason to show unwavering loyalty and support to someone who showed you neither. This should be common sense at this point, but common sense is not so common these days. Hell, a lot of these women are directly responsible for why this community looks the way it does now, because you never want to place the blame where it belongs. And feeling like other women are supposed to placate these undeserving ass fuck boys, regardless of the circumstances, simply because you do, is not working out very well for Black women, and it never has. Black women get absolutely nothing out of it. And remember, Black women, just as I said before, these people don't give a fuck what these niggas do to you or how they treat you. It's all about how you treat the poor, misguided, and misunderstood Black man. And this is not about community. Stop saying that. Just say you only give a fuck about what happens to the Black man and go. And please never forget this. And the mammies and pick-mes will become easier and easier to spot. That way you can avoid them at all costs. Because all you do is let the mammy and pick-me talk. Just let her talk and listen. And it will start to become clearer and clearer to you what she values the most. And that's the easy way to spot one of them bitches. And you can thank us later. That's just a tip
They
for how
get
you can
started in
spot.
Discord too. You know, you let them talk a little bit, and everybody start looking at each other in Discord like, "You thinking what I'm thinking?" Yeah, this motherfucker here's a mammy. It is what it is.
I
Those
just have
those eye emojis be going wild, just like
Yes.
Yeah, then they run over and say, "Oh, they were mean to me in Discord. Oh, they're such a cult. They're so mean, bitch." No, we're gatekeeping. I know y'all not used to it. I know y'all not used to Black women protecting a space, but guess what? That's what the fuck we're doing. Goodbye.
Here's my thing. I'm gonna leave y'all with this. I mean this from the bottom of my heart into the depths of my soul. Fuck them kids. It's hashtag all around this motherfucker, and I send that out to the world. If you need me to repeat it, fuck them kids. That is all.
All right.
I'm like Big Worm. Fuck you and him. You and him. Fuck him.
Look, I'll see y'all in Discord. I love y'all. See y'all on Tuesday.
Love ya. Bye.
Bye, ladies. See you next Tuesday.
Later.